M-Suburban train ticket system. Now, basically, here M stands for the mobile suburban train ticket system. Okay. Now we have seen many kind of ticket system. That's the traditional way is standing in a queue, telling the ticket issuer to give me the ticket, and you pay the amount and you get a ticket. The second form of ticket is kind of a coupon. Okay, and right now they have started the smart card. Okay, so let's see in detail what this project is all about. Okay, now the agenda for today's session is basically the introduction. Okay, the introduction of the project, what is the project all about, how it is related to a ticket system and all those things. The problem definition. Okay, in this section we will see what are the problems that are currently faced by the user. Okay, or what are the limitations in the existing system, and in the next session, that is a proposed solution, what we are doing to overcome those problems. Then we have a block diagram, that is basically architecture diagram of the project. Okay, so it gives you the entire view how this project will be implemented. Then we have a flow chart. Okay, so again sequential flow of how what will be the user doing and how it will be handled. Then the technical implementation. Okay, how it will be implemented technically. Then what are the different software and hardware requirements related to this project, and after implementing this project, okay, what will be the features included in this project, and after implementing this project, what will be the benefits that the user will get, and the final the application where it can be further extended to, and what would be the future enhancement. Okay, so let's start with the first thing, the introduction of the project. Okay, so basically the first slide gives you the overview of Mumbai suburban ticket system. Okay, so basically there are around 7.24 million passengers which are traveling daily. They are issuing they are taking a tickets and all those things. Now the problem with this current ticket system is basically standing in a long queues. If you go on Sunday and you have to wait for at least 15 minutes or 15 to 30 minutes standing in a queue to get a ticket. Now problem with the ticket is basically it is made from a paper. Okay, and paper is made from by cutting a trees. So basically it's not a eco-friendly or environment friendly. The second thing, when you put a ticket into your pocket during a rainy season, if you are entirely wet, that ticket also goes on. So basically the ticket validity is gone. Okay, then to overcome this, to overcome the long queues, basically ATVM also started with the automatic ticket window, that is basically we call it as ATVM, and the coupon validating machine, that is a CVM. Okay. Now on the 10th October, the suburban railway introduced the ATVM, okay, to curb the long queues. So by using the ATVM and smart card and coupon validating machine, user does not have to stand in a long queues. Now, but again, this has some scalability issues, right? You have to install separate machines and all those things. Many times the machines are even not in a working condition. Their operational cost is also more. Okay, so to again, which we have said again, to implement that smart card thing, you need a space to place that machine. Okay, if your station is very densely populated, you hardly find a space to get at least 2 or 3 machines on a ticket window. So keeping all these problems in mind, okay, so all these things which I have discussed are covered in all these slides of the existing system. Okay, to overcome all these problems, basically we are going with the proposed solution. Now what is the proposed solution? Keeping all the, we are issuing a ticket in the form of SMS. Now what a user has to do is, user has to just first register himself to a Western Railway or any suburban railway ticket system. Okay, after registering his mobile number to a ticket, he has to send a SMS in a particular format. Okay, the server will check the validity of message, it will parse the message, and it will issue a ticket on the availability of balance. Okay, so your account should be have sufficient amount to issue a ticket. Now the aim of our project is to ease the suburban ticket system. This will help people to easily book the tickets without any problem. So the user does not have to stand in a long queue or run after the machines. Okay, if the machine is not working, then go for another machine, hopping from one machine to another. With this project, okay, M-Suburban train ticket system, we can issue any number of tickets. Okay, it depends on the user's account balance. If the account balance is sufficient, you can issue any number of tickets. The hardware cost will only involve the SMS gateway and the server. It will not include any machines that should be installed or kept at a ticket window. Implementation. Now how this will be implemented? Okay, so basically when we see implementation, it is from two perspectives. Role of a commuter. When I say a role of a commuter, it's basically a user. Okay, and role of MSTTS is basically the role of the project. I mean how it will be implemented from a server side. Now what will be the role of commuter? first the user has to create an account, okay, refill the account with appropriate amount, okay. If the account is not having a sufficient balance, the ticket will not be issued. Ticket can be booked through SMS or a web application, okay. So you can book a ticket through a web also and through a SMS also. Role of MSTTS. Now we'll have a central database storing all the information. So all the ticket fares, all the station codes will be stored in a central database. Accepts the incoming request for ticket, okay. It will check the incoming SMS to issue for a new ticket. Process the request and send the SMS. So whenever there is a new incoming request, it will process the request and it will send the SMS in a form of a ticket. It will send the ticket in the form of SMS. Now let's go to the architecture diagram, okay. So here also, if you can see, there are two blocks, MSTTS and role of a commuter. What a user has to do is through a web interface, he will register to MSTTS. Then using a cell phone, he will send a SMS to a SMS gateway. Now what does the SMS gateway will do? It will parse the SMS and it will send to a code. Now code will check with the validity of a message. It will fetch all the requirement information from the database. It will compose a SMS in a form of ticket, and then it will again send back to a user. So that's why it's a bidirectional arrow, okay. Bidirectional. Why it's a bidirectional? Because SMS will be coming from a user, MSTTS will be processing that SMS, and then again it will be sending a response back in the form of SMS only. That's why it's a two directional. Now we have a backup server in case this database server goes down, okay. So the backup server will take place of this database server. So in any point of time, if there is a failure, the service will not be affected. It will be taken up by a backup server. Clear? Again, through a web interface, user can check the history of all the tickets he has booked from the SMS. He can refill the account balance. What is the account balance? All those things can be checked through a web interface also. Clear? Now the technology that will be used to implement this project is, the front end would be the ASP.NET and the language which will be using is a C#. Okay, the backend will be a MS Access, and the query that will be used to fetch the data, that will be the SQL. And for the SMS thing, okay, we are using a AT commands. Okay, so SMS receiving, sending, all those things, we have a separate technology called AT commands. AT is basically attention commands. Now let's come to the hardware and software details of the project. What are the different hardware? What are the hardware requirement? So you would require a minimum of Pentium dual core or above processor, 1 GB RAM, 20 GB hard disk, and GSM modem to implement this project. And then the software would be the Windows XP or Windows 7 anything. The .NET framework that would be required is minimum 3.5. You will require Microsoft Visual Studio and a Nokia PC set when you connect your GSM modem and all those things. Okay. Now the features. What features this project is providing? You can book a ticket for any Western Central or Harbour. Okay, it's a web-based as well as a mobile-based application. Okay, you will also be having a web interface where you can log in and check all the history and all those things. Easy to use interface. Okay, the interface will be very easy. If you want to even send a SMS, the format will be very easy. If you don't know the format, just SMS format, you will get back the entire format of how the message has to be sent. You will get a ticket through SMS, so there is no need of paper right now. Book ticket in a less than a minute. Okay, so you don't have to stand for a long time in a queue and all those things. You can book a ticket in less than a minute. You will also get a train timing info if you need it. What is the advantage? What is the benefit? That's the cost effectiveness. Okay, cost effectiveness, because we are not using a paper. Okay, so the paper thing will get reduced. The second thing is it's a eco-friendly. Why eco-friendly? Because all the things will be going through a SMS. We are not using any paper kind of things and all those things. So we are also supporting the environment also. Easy to use interface. There is a web interface provided, plus the format which I have said. Okay, it's very easy. If you don't know the format, if you don't know the station code, you just have to send a SMS. You will get a reply back. Ticket will get through a SMS. Book a ticket in less than a minute. You just send a SMS. Server will process the request and it will send back a ticket within a minute. Okay, so it will not take much of your time to receive a ticket. Application where it can be used for train ticket booking, bus ticket bookings. Okay, and that's all about the M-Suburban train ticket system.